Cricket took centre stage in the capital with the highly talked about Indian side meeting the ACT Invitational 11 at Manuka. India batted first and declared at 9 for 325 at stumps, the locals none for 10.
It's been a tense few days for the ACT's Invitational 11, but finally this morning they took to the field against India. The tourists won the toss, elected to bat and had some pretty good conditions on their side.
Beautiful facility to bat on, and they're taking advantage of it, but we're bowling pretty well. You know, it's a couple of edges there and we beat the bat a few times, so yeah, we played pretty well at the start.
The Indian team made a strong start, scoring 111 runs in the first session for the loss of just one wicket. Wasim Jaffer, the main contributor, with a half-century. When play resumed, the opener continued where he'd left off, reaching 92 before being dismissed just before tea. The ACT coach saying the quality opposition leaves his players no room for mistakes.
When you bowl badly against these guys, they're fantastic players, so you know, they've cashed in a few times we have missed.
There's a lot on the line for Chris Rogers, a place in the Australian team possibly up for grabs. Ross happy with the West Australians' work in the field, but saying the real show from Rogers will come tomorrow.
Really, we're looking for him to perform with the bat, and him and Ed Cowan, our two invitational players, I'm sure will take advantage of terrific conditions that we see here at Manuka.
And some future Gilchrist and Tendulkars got their chance to show off their skills, with local cricketers providing the lunchtime entertainment.
They absolutely loved getting out there. A couple of them got really close to the pitch, which was really good. And we saw a few sixes over the fence.
I got to learn what it feels like on the real field.
Day 2 of the 3-day match continues at Manuka tomorrow. Erin Molan, Win News.
The Matildas are in camp at the Australian Institute of Sport. The women are back together for the first time since their historic World Cup quarter-final berth last year. Preparations are well underway in an Olympic year. The next big test for the team, the Asian Cup in May. After a few intense training sessions and making the most of the elite facilities, the squad will go their separate ways on Saturday. The Canberra Capitals face their most crucial weekend to date in the WNBL. Tomorrow night's clash with Sydney a must-win if the girls are any chance of a home final.
You know, is it a pressure situation for us? Yeah, it is, but you need to be in those situations to be in a great situation come playoff time.
Centre Tracy Beattie says Flames forward and Opal Natalie Porter will be a force to reckon with.
She's in fantastic form this season. As long as we can limit the other girls to, their 5 to 10 points and keep their possessions down and want the ball more than Sydney do.
The game from 7:30 tomorrow night at Southern Cross Stadium. The Australian Institute of Sport men's volleyball team has had a dream start to their European tour. The AIS defeated the Swedish junior side on their home turf 3-1. The Travellers will meet the side again tomorrow evening for the second time in their 3 matches to be played in Sweden. The cricketers aren't the only sporting team from India calling the capital home this week. The country's women's hockey team is here as part of their Beijing preparations and met the Canberra Strikers at Lyneham today.
The best female hockey players in Canberra took to the field against the best India has to offer. The first half saw India dominate, the score 3-0 at the break. The ACT then finding their feet and the back of the net with an Emma Taylor goal. In the end, the visitors too good for the locals, taking the match 7-1. It's a positive start for the Indian team with 6 games still to play in the capital over the coming week. To cycling, and the Criterium Series at Stromlo has returned with a bang. In the women's A grade, it was anyone's race until the final stretch. Chloe Hoskins managing to put herself just ahead of the bunch with a sprint to finish first. The men's A grade was a different story altogether, with an impressive breakaway pack almost lapping the field. James Meadley taking the round 9 honours. Erin Molan, Win News.
And that's Sport, Jess.
Thank you very much, Miriam. Well, still to come, the region's hot weather forecast.